So, welcome, whomever, to another episode of EDHRandomizer here. I'm here today with the Manasplained podcast, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, I am manasplained. I have a Twitter and a YouTube, just MANA-splained. You could easily find me there. It could be kind of hard, but my YouTube channel and my Twitter will be in the description, and I'll obviously comment on this video when it goes out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll have you tagged in the title, and I'll link everything we can. So
Perfect.
the regular rules of this is whatever commander we find can't have more than 500 decks listed. Not gonna not necessarily use commander staples, but I'm also not really gonna talk about them. Another rule I'm gonna add to this though, because I've been experiencing it trying to do this, is I'm gonna try to not get like the same color identity in a row. So like there's been a couple videos that I've recorded where I've hit like 2 blue decks in a row or 2 black decks in a row, and I can only talk about Caged Sun so much. So I'll just Nadaar, Selfless Paladin, for 2 and a white. We got ourselves a 3/3 legendary Dragon Knight with Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, venture into the dungeon. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 as long as you've completed a dungeon. Interesting. Okay.
So, do you want to just make this deck a dungeon in initiative?
I think so.
Like
Yeah.
really lean into that.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's a good idea. So new deck on Mox Field here. So EDHRandomizer. Like I said, it was Nadaar, and then
Nadaar. No, Nadaar.
DAAR. Do you think Oketra's Monument would be good for this?
Yeah, other creatures get +1/+1 as long as you complete a dungeon, so some go wide cards are probably going to be good here.
Mm-hmm. Oketra's Monument. I'm trying to think of anything else that'd be auto.
Do you want to just Gauntlet of Might and Caged Sun?
Yeah. Is it Gauntlet of Might or is it Gauntlet of Power?
I think Gauntlet of Power, I cannot remember.
The one that buffs all, like, that makes all basic planes tap for extra, and white creatures get a buff.
So Gauntlet of Power
Yeah.
is the 5-mana one. Gauntlet of Might's the reserve list one that is like grand.
So no, so Gauntlet of Power it is. We can do Pearl Medallion.
Pearl
Medallion.
Also,
and the Diamond, Marble Diamond.
whatever, the Marble Diamond.
Yeah. Okay, so there's our kind of obvious start.
It's Castle Ardenvale.
Oh, is it?
One. Castle Vantress is the blue one.
True. I got
I
blue
don't
on
know
the.
Castle Ardenvale though.
I got blue on the brain.
There's some other lands that make dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I find those.
Isn't there lands that do with the dungeon too?
Maybe. Let's find out.
Dungeon Descent. Tap and untap
so
legendary creature you control, venture into the dungeon. Yep.
there we go.
Now I know it's probably a little on the expensive side, but Emiria the Sky Ruin might not be a bad idea, because that's the one that if you control 7 or more planes, you can resurrect a creature on your upkeep.
Where's that? I've heard of it before. Maybe the Sky Ruin. It is $12.
Okay, so not ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay, Sky
We're
Ruin.
also gonna want Conjurer's Closet, Circle of Teleportation, or Teleportation Circle.
Oh yeah, because it's an ETB ability.
Yeah, we're also gonna want Ephemerate and all of those other ones too. We're gonna blank them a bunch.
Closet. What was the enchantment again?
Teleportation Circle?
Okay.
I'm just double checking if that's what it's called.
Yeah, Ephemerate. There's also Cloud Shift.
Yep.
Which too, Emiria the Sky Ruin, if Nadaar dies while you have 7 or more planes out, then Emiria triggers on your upkeep and you get another ETB effect.
Absolutely. Sun Titan.
Yes.
Redemption Choir and Savine's Reclamation.
Gotcha. Oh god. Choir. Your interlude. There's also a budget Teferi's Protection. I can't think of the name right now.
Oh, it's my god, it's an enchantment, isn't it? Or
no, it's a sorcerer. It's an instant. I think it just phases out all your creatures.
Oh, interesting. I don't play enough mono white or.
I got it in the Phyrexia pre-con. There it is. Clever concealment. Convoke.
Right, that's
Convoke. Yes. Oh, absolute. Oh. Oh yeah, convoke.
You already grabbed Dungeon Descent, right?
Yes. Oh yeah. Are we calling that for the lands for now? Because we got.
I'm just trying to find other cards that will venture.
Because we got Castle Arden Vale, Dungeon Descent, Field of the Dead, Thespian Sage, and Myria. So that's what 4 lands right there.
Yeah, we can always add some more more later.
So we want half and half, so 32. So I'll grab 16 plains, 16 snow-covered plains.
For now, I think we're probably going to cut that down to like 10 and 10. Add a bunch of other lands.
Right,
for the dead stuff.
And Nadaar's only a 3-drop, so it's not like you need anything crazy.
Yeah.
What does EDHRec have for us? Did I type in ephemerate? I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay. What do we got? Ephemerate, I did put Cloud Chip, Teleport. See, EDHRec is on the exact same thought process.
I didn't even look at EDHRec yet.
No.
That's funny. But I mean, that's the best. It's kind of, that's what you want to be doing, right?
Right, yeah. Panharmonicon, Solemn, Lauren.
Ooh, do we want cards like Knight of the White Orchid and stuff? Definitely Solemn Simulacrum. Panharmonicon? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, getting those land drops out.
There's some other ones like Loyal Warhound does the same thing as Knight of the White Orchid. It does require an opponent to control more lands than you,
but that's usually not really a problem in mono white.
We should also run Myriad Landscape.
Yes.
And Guildless Commons.
I don't know if I've heard of that one.
So Guildless Commons taps for 2 mana, and then it bounces a land back to our hand.
Okay.
So it helps it acts as card draw essentially because it draws you a land by bouncing a land back to your hand.
Do we want Lauren of the Third Path?
I do not like card draw effects that draw cards from my opponents.
But they
always feel bad.
But see, I feel like I would just use it as a white Reclamation Sage.
That's also very true. Yeah, no, we can add it.
Yeah.
It's just, man, I hate...
Oh, you know what we could do, actually, as well? What is... Oh, crap. What was the Flicker Rabbit from... the newest Jumpstart?
Flicker Rabbit? What?
Yeah, so Felidar Guardian, there's a... I can't remember his name. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, Felidar Guardian, obviously.
Jumpstart, but there's an infinite combo with Felidar Guardian. Jumpstart. I'll just type in Flicker Rabbit.
Regal Bunicorn is the thing that's power touch the permanence.
It is Preston the Vanisher.
Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't cast, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Oh my god.
I think we should add that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so yeah, Preston the Vanisher and Felidar Guardian, that's an infinite combo. I think if we're gonna run Flicker, I think we should run Altar the Brood.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So if we can't kill them, we can mill them out. I am not running Elishnorn. I do not have that kind of money. Karmic Guide's always really good, yeah.
Yeah.
Karmic Guide and Flicker Wisp.
Some good removal. Generous Gift.
Yep.
Dismantling Wave.
What is the one from... It's the one that destroys something and they get a 1/1 token.
Oh, Stroke of Midnight.
Stroke of Midnight, there we go.
I forgot about that card. I run that card in every white deck. It's busted.
It is.
Speaking of that, we also want Path to Exile and Swords of Plowshares.
Absolutely. Let's see.
What other good white removal is there?
I think that covers most of it. Flicker of Fate, Cosmic Intervention, Slip on the Ring.
Do we want to run Sword of Hearth and Home?
How much is it?
It's right there.
$12.
It's right in front of you.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Green, white, equip creature, exile, then search. Yeah, I'd say so. That's really good.
It's a flicker. It's ramp.
Okay. Okay, we need to focus a bit more on the dungeon. because I know it's a bunch. I know it's a bunch of like flicker the commander and keep going into the dungeon. Delver's torch when it attacks, venture into the dungeon.
So
is dungeon venturing a triggered ability?
It's no. Well, no. His ability is a triggered ability, yes,
yeah.
but actual venturing itself is like like resolve.
Yeah,
but like his ability is triggered, so Panharmonicon, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's when he attacks too.
Does it say when he attacks?
Yeah, I think we should run the we should run Swifties.
Yeah, not Lightning Greaves though.
No. Because we want him to be able to swing.
Flickerable.
True, yeah. Veteran Dungeoneer enters a dungeon, venture. For a 4
How many other creatures do you want that can ETB venture?
Well, currently I see one that does that. Seasoned Dungeoneer gives you the initiative.
Oh, Radiant Solar. Whenever it or another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, venture into the dungeon.
Yeah. That's okay.
Oh, Thorough Investigation. Whenever you attack, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, venture into the dungeon.
That's awesome.
It's an enchantment.
White Plume Adventurer. When ATBs take the initiative, beginning of each opponent's upkeep, untap a creature you control. If you've completed a dungeon, untap all creatures you control. Yeah.
Okay.
How like does
the initiative work? I've never played with it. I've heard it was fun, but I've also heard it's like Daybound, Nightbound, that if it pops up in a commander game, people get annoyed.
It works like the Monarch, but every upkeep you venture further into the dungeon. And the initiative automatically puts you into the Undercity. That's the only dungeon that one goes. I don't know how it works if you're currently in a dungeon. I just know that when you take the initiative, you go into the Undercity and people can attack you for it, like the Monarch. You just don't draw at your end step for it.
How much take the initiative do we want?
I don't know, because Nadaar isn't initiative, it's a dungeon, so you can
but we could choose the Undercity dungeon, right? And then initiative would also...
I don't know.
Maybe let's just not do any initiative stuff.
I mean, Well, because
I don't know how it works.
Well, because the thing is, if you take the initiative and you go into the Undercity, you can venture deeper into it with venture into the dungeon cards, because you're already in the dungeon. Yeah. I just don't know, like, venture into the dungeon cards, I don't know if that can put you in the Undercity. I think those are different dungeons altogether. Because whenever I play it in Arena, because I have a mono green brawl deck that ventures into the dungeon, there's like 3 options, and I don't think any of them are the Undercity. I think the Undercity is specifically an initiative dungeon. And I also don't know if you can stack dungeons.
Venturing into the Undercity requires the player to have the initiative and cannot currently... Okay.
Right, okay.
Oh. And not currently be in another dungeon. So, no, we don't want any initiative cards at all.
So, currently... Cool. Well, hold on. I think White Plume Adventurer is still good in the sense of the whole completing a dungeon. But like I said, if you do take the initiative and you go into the Undercity, you can use the venture into the dungeon cards to go deeper into the Undercity and complete it.
Yeah. But you can't venture the Undercity if you're already in another dungeon, I think?
But that goes for any of the dungeons. You can't stack you can't stack dungeons, right?
Right. I have never played with any of these mechanics, because it's just, if for mechanics like this in Nightbound Daybound, if I'm not building my deck around it, I'm not going to splash it because I don't want to have to track it.
Yeah. No, my first gameplay video that I recorded, someone played Dimir Initiative Tribal, and having to edit the video and put that all together was...
sounds awful.
It was hell. Let's see.
I mean, Delver's Torch, when a quick creature enters, attacks, venture into the dungeon, that's just double venture triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then beyond that, we could also run some unblockable stuff with Prowler's Helm.
Yes. Do we want Whisper Soul Cloak?
No, because that gives Shroud.
True.
So we also want Trailblazer's Boots, which is the other unblockable one. That's easy.
Well, yeah, we could also run Fleet Feather Sandals. I think that's...
Yeah.
It's haste and flying.
Yeah.
We should definitely run Rogue's Passage.
Yes.
And...
Okay, we're also going to run Escape Tunnel, Terramorphic Expanse.
Access Tunnel.
It's mono white. Sorry, mono white. I forgot. I'm so used to not running monocolor decks.
Okay,
I'm like, oh, here's all 4 of the ramp spells.
Access Tunnel, Rogue's Passage.
Yeah, Access Tunnel, Rogue's Passage. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll definitely cut down the other lands then.
What are some other good mono white lands?
There's not many. We should definitely run Path of Ancestry.
Yes.
I do think Maze of Ith is a good idea. What's the, shit. There's the artifact that turns into a Maze of Ith too.
Thematic Compass.
Yeah.
From Ixalan.
Yeah, because I run it in my Guafa deck.
I'm pretty sure it can only...
untap target attacking creature and opponent controls. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can run Wayfarer's Bauble.
Yeah. Also, we want Solemn Simulacrum.
Yep.
Also, there is a mono white version of Solemn Simulacrum that finds planes. I forget its name. It's 4 mana.
See, there's thematic. There's another artifact that reduces. No. Do we want Semblance Anvil?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, do we?
I mean, Nadaar's not really expensive.
No, he's 3. He's super
3
cheap.
drop.
Losing his mind.
I just started typing so fast. Okay, so we got...
other...
Oh dear, we got 39 lands. We do not need that much.
We need like 34.
If that.
So go down to like 8 of each basic.
Hold on,
and we'll add some more other lands.
I like to keep at least somewhat realistic to build.
So cut the planes down to 10 as well, and we'll add a couple other lands in that are more utilitarian.
So we're down to 30.
Quickly add Core Cartographer.
Wait, why is all this in the sideboard? Move to main deck. I did add Core Cartographer.
You did? I didn't see you add it.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, good. That card is insanely good in mono white decks. So good.
Okay, get all these here, because I did not mean for these to be
What's
there.
What's the white transform enchantment from Ixalan? Legion's Landing, because it transforms into a land that can make tokens.
Yes. Do we want Takazia's Welcome?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Welcoming Vampire?
Yes. Oh, Sword of... Blade of Selves.
Myriad, yes.
Yeah. Let's see what other cards give Myriad.
I don't think there's much in mono white.
Legion Loyalty.
Creatures you control have Myriad.
It does cost 8 mana, but
if you get your Cage Sun,
we also are running quite a bit of ramp sources in the deck. So.
Yeah. And people say white isn't good for ramp. What about Archaeomancer's map? I don't even know how much that card is. How much is it? It's like $7. When ETBs, search your library for up to 2 basic planes, reveal and put it in your hand. Whenever a land ETB is under your opponent's control, if that player controls more lands than you, you can drop a land from your hand on the battlefield. Yeah, that is super good. I've seen that card played.
You don't need to add cards through the main deck search thingy.
I know, I prefer to.
Fair enough.
We've got Cloister Gargoyle, ETB's Venture. As long as you've completed a dungeon, it gets +3/+0 in flying. It's a 3-drop.
I mean, our commander's also a 3-drop. It's just another flicker source if you want it. I mean,
I'm trying to think.
Deep Gnome Terramancer cost.
I did see it along here.
It is $3, not even. We might need more removal. I don't know.
Are there any mono white that remove on ETB?
Meteor Golem?
Yeah.
It costs 7 mana, but I mean.
But if we're potentially recurring things, like if we're running a Myriad and Karma Guide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we, so with all these ETB and attack triggers, do we want Strionic Resonator?
Huh. I don't know. Do we?
Oh, Guardian of Faith. When it ETBs, any number of other target creatures you control phase out Flash and Vigilance. That's a 3. What? That's a 3-drop? That's good.
What card did you just say?
Guardian of Faith. It's a 3-drop. When it ETBs, you can just phase out the rest of your creatures.
Right.
That's super good. I like that. I think Strionic Resonator would be a good idea. It's really good in any like attack trigger decks.
Because we're kind of going a little bit wide, do we want True Conviction? 6-mana enchantment, creatures control, double strike, and lifelink.
Yes. What about Adeline?
Yeah, Adeline's just a army in a can.
Yeah, and she's cheaper.
Yeah. Only costs 3 mana. God damn.
Right. Make sure I'm spelling that right. Resplendent Cathar. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Flowering of the First Tree might not be a bad idea.
Flowering of the First Tree, phenomenal card.
Yeah.
We should also run Minas Tirith and War Room, just some draw on lands.
Yes. I forgot about those. I forgot about the Lord of the Rings lands. So
yeah,
Minas Tirith. I run that in my Edhrec banding.
Well,
War Room. Yeah.
I still don't understand banding, but it's fine.
It's fine. Eventually I will subject you to it and you will get it. Oh, Cathar's Crusade. Ooh, $15.
No. God, I hate... Okay. I've cut Cathar's Crusade from every deck that I have had it in because it's such a headache to deal with.
True.
It's so annoying to keep track of. Because every time I play Cathars, I'm playing a token deck, and Divine Visitation is just a cleaner win condition.
Blessed Sanctuary. Prevent all non-combat damage that will be dealt to you and creatures you control. Whenever a non-token creature ETBs under your control, you get a unicorn.
There is an enchantment or an artifact that prevents the combat damage that would be dealt to our attacking creatures.
Yes, I think that's Dolem's
Dolmen Gate.
Dolmen Gate. Yeah.
So good.
Now, the question is, how much is it? Because
very cheap.
Is it?
No, it's $20. Never mind.
Oh, gross. Yeah, and
I thought. Well, I mean, it's
foil.
cheap as a mana cost.
Yeah, and a foil of it's like 60. Yeah, I think. Where to go? Blessed Sanctuary. Yeah, I think that's a good replacement. Blessed Sanctuary. Okay. My brain might be going a little off track. I want to see how much we have here. I'm trying to think. I think, and I hope my brain's not too out of left field for this. So we're at 90.
I like Basri Ket, giving our commander indestructible. One counter when it attacks.
I'm wondering, because if we're attacking with a bunch of stuff, I'm willing to be brave enough to run a card that gives a creature banding.
You can. I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot bolt. I have no idea how any of this works.
Okay, so only because... you understand at least the basics of it, right? You can attack with any amount of creatures.
Band, and then you get to choose how the damage gets passed around.
But you can attack with as many creatures with banding and one creature without.
Yeah.
So with Baton of Morale, you can give a creature banding, attack with it and your commander, and if they block, you have to assign all the damage to that banded creature. So you could give like a token banding and attack with it and your commander, and if they decide to block, all the damage goes to the token, and it's right. Or they can just not block, and then you get damage through anyway.
Yeah, that might be good.
Sorry, what were you?
Basri Ket can give our commander a +1/+1 counter and indestructible.
True.
How many board wipes do we want to be running? Like,
Well,
like, do we want to run farewell?
I think
Actually,
because we don't want to be clearing our own board too much. We're pretty
citywide
artifact
bust.
heavy. What does that do?
3 mana, destroy all creatures with toughness 4 or greater.
Yeah, we can run citywide. Citywide
It's
bust. Toughness 4 greater.
it's only 3 mana too. It's a surprisingly good card.
Yeah, and Nadaar sits right under that.
We could also run like Austere Command, because that would hit like creature power 4 or greater, or creature with mana value 4 or greater.
Do we want to run Reprieve?
Yeah, probably. Do we want to run Mana Tithe?
I think so, yeah. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea. Reprieve. Screw your Sol Rings.
Oh god.
Mana Tithe. Okay, what are we at? We're at 97. So we need 3 more. We're at 32 lands. Okay, yeah, so I'll add 1 more of each plains.
Yeah. There's also Lapse of Certainty, which is the 3 mana white counterspell.
Well, we're at 99. So what do we want our final add to be?
Well, we can cut the 11 basic planes, add 11 snow planes, and put in extra planar lens, because we're no longer running Field of the Dead.
True. Okay, yeah, I'll do that in bulk edit just to be a bit quicker on the
Add and subtract.
Snow covered. So
Are you good with 32 lands? I kind of want to bump it up to 34.
Yeah, that's kind of where my brain is at. Well, we're at 34.
Oh, we're at 34. Oh, perfect.
With
Those extra
99.
planar lens.
Yeah, okay. So I'll pop that in. Cool. Okay. So let's see where we're at here. So we got 1 planeswalker, 19 creatures, and that's not including tokens. 4 sorceries, 10 instants, 22 artifacts, 9 enchantments, 34 lands. Do you think this is artifact heavy, or do you think like this is a good amount of artifacts?
Well, it's white, so ramp, and then we are also running like Conjurer's Closet, Paramonicon, so a lot of that effect. We are going to be casting our commander a bunch, because like I'm feeling like it might die because of combat stuff or whatever. So Ketra's Monument, reducing it, letting us recast it's probably a good thing.
And getting creatures forecasting it.
Yeah.
And wow, Perma Alien's only like $11. That's
that
really
card
good.
Used to be a lot more expensive.
Yeah. Ooh, Clever Concealment's like $20.
Oh god, okay.
It's only like $10 less than Teferi's Protection.
That's insane.
I mean, it's understandable. You can pretty much cast it for free if you have the creatures. Everything else is pretty dirt cheap. Like Preston is $13. Yeah, everything else is pretty reasonable. Adeline's 14. Bazari's like 3. Okay, so now we have 2 spots open.
I'm trying to find more mono white card draw.
Yeah, Emiria's $14. That's understandable. And like that's actually pretty cheap considering it's never been reprinted. We could run Rumor Gatherer.
How much does it cost?
It's like 35 cents. It's a 3-drop for a 2/1. Whenever another creature ETBs under your control, scry 1. If it's the second time this ability is resolved this turn, draw a card instead.
Oh yeah, that's good.
You can fix your draw.
Would you want to run Mask of Memory or Infiltration Lens?
Infiltration Lens draws you cards when something blocks you, right?
Yeah, and then Mask of Memory is whenever you deal the damage.
To a player, you may draw 2 cards if you do discard a card.
Yeah, so Mask of Memory is really good because of the card selection. Plus, we're playing enough recursion stuff that's great.
Yeah. And if we're late enough in the game, we can just pitch lands. We're at 99, so we got to decide on one thing.
I'd rather Mask of Memory over Infiltration Lens.
Okay.
But here's the thing with Infiltration Lens. They either take the commander damage and let our combat go through free, or we draw 2 cards.
Right.
It's weird. I want them both, honestly. and then we could cut something else. But
We could
maybe there's another card in the deck that's worth $20 that we missed. Can you sort by price? Just to see.
I'm not sure. I've never tried to do that.
Over by sort. Sort instead of name.
There we go.
Probably do price.
Oh, it's doing it backwards.
Yeah, so yeah.
So Adeline's the most expensive creature.
So 14.
Eerie Interlude is 4. Sword is 12. Teleportation Circle's 8. And Emiria is 14. So, nothing's even touching $20.
Nothing's even touching 15. No. Alright, instead of Fleet Feather Sandals, want to cut that and then put in Infiltration Lens and Mask of Memory?
Well, I got Mask of Memory in here already.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to think how many stuff gives haste. We got Swifties.
Yeah, but I don't know. We're going to be ramping and then casting your commander. I don't know how important haste is.
Well, because if it's ETB, it's ETB or attacks. So if we can do both.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like the first time we play it, it's going to be turn 2 or 3, depending if we have the Soul Ring or not, right?
What if we ran Crashing Drawbridge then?
Oh yeah, that's a really good card. That's a really good card.
2 mana defender, tap gives
great
haste.
Blocker, great haste giver. Yeah.
Instead of Fleet Feather Sandals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that gives the board haste.
Right.
And then what would you cut for Infiltration Lens? Because Infiltration Lens, I'm pretty sure draws 2 cards. Wow, this deck came together very fast.
Comparatively,
I mean, it's a very straightforward commander. Not a lot you can do.
Well, and usually when I do I'll make sure I spell
I'm
that right.
surprised there's not more decks for Nadaar. When Nadaar came out, people were popping off about his existence.
Usually when I do these videos, I'll add like whatever I mulled over, and then I'll cut the stream, and then I'll just finish it later. But no, like we managed to get like the whole deck together like this. This is a pretty efficient way of doing it.
Redemption Choir's a 3/3, isn't it?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, our commander's not a different power and toughness. That's going to be, we're going to need to, we're going to have 4 creatures out.
3 or more creature with different powers. Well, we have buffing effects too, right?
Yeah.
Like if we have Basri out, then that makes him a 4/4. Only he has to attack, right? Yeah. Or ETBs. I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah, we have a lot, like a 2 thing, a 1,
2/5, 3/3, 3/1. We have a lot of 3 power stuff. 2/1, 2/2.
We do a lot of 2s.
Well, but also Crashing Drawbridge is a 0/4.
Yeah. Also, like, even if you don't get the ETB effect off, like, Redemption Choir, even just getting the attack trigger once, that is insane value.
And Sun Titan doesn't really give a shit. He does it.
No, Sun Titan's a monster.
He does
Sun
it
Titan
whenever.
is one of my favorite cards of all time. It is so good.
Yes. And also too with like making tokens, they're all and flowering the white tree, it buffs your stuff too.
Yeah, and our commander will actually be different than Redemption Choir
Yeah.
flowering's out because it gives +2.
+2, +1, and then non-legendary get it. Yeah. No, I'm happy. I'm actually. I remember True Conviction being more than that too.
That's good. Well, I mean, with the how Commander has sped up as a format, slower cards like a 6-mana enchantment that gives Double Strife and Lifelink are going to go down in cost, but in a more casual setting, cards like that are going to be insane.
Yeah, it's still really good.
What dungeon are we going to pick most often? I don't know. I forget what the dungeons are.
That's a good question.
I didn't even think about that until now.
MTG dungeons. So we've got Lost Mine of Pandelver, Tomb of Annihilation, and Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Can I make this bigger? So Lost Mine, so the cave entrance is scry 1, and then you either move to the goblin lair or the mine tunnels. So you either make a treasure or make a goblin token, which is what we want.
That seems really good.
Then you got from goblin lair, you can go to storeroom or dark pool. So
put a +1/+1 counter on our commander, and then draw a card. Yeah, I think Felon Delver because it's as quick as Tomb of Annihilation and not as bad. But Tomb of Annihilation you can get done very quickly.
Yes, that's 3 ventures.
But we would also have to discard a card, sacrifice an artifact, or a creature, and a land.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, let's not do Tomb of Annihilation.
So any of the dungeons, you're looking at least 4 ventures to get through.
So that's ETB is one, attack's another one. And then the next turn, if we get to attack and then flicker it, we're done.
Or ETB, attack, and then if we have Conjurer's Closet,
on the next step,
and Panharmonicon,
or like Conjurer's Closet, and then on the next turn, we could, or something like that. So we're good. But the turn after we play our commander, there's a good chance we'll have completed a dungeon.
Even if you have Panharmonicon and Strionic Resonator and the Haste Enabler.
Oh god.
Right? So that's 2 ETBs, 2 attack triggers, and then if there's Conjurer's Closet, that's another 2 ETBs.
How much does Mom cost?
Too much. Too damn much. I can tell you that right now. She's at least $30. Yeah, she's 23. She's gone down. She's gone down since I last checked, but she's still.
But yeah, so I guess Lost Mines of Phandelver is definitely going to be the dungeon to run here because you get the token, which also helps for the Coven of Redemption Choir. Also helps with the go wide strategy of the buff from your commander, and then the storeroom put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That could be the Goblin if we need it bigger, or the commander for Coven or something else. And then you get to draw a card, which is kind of really important in mono white.
Right? Or if you're hurting for mana.
Cycling through this one dungeon.
Or if you're hurting for mana, you can make your treasure.
Yeah.
Now the Undercity is really fun. So secret entrance, you go get a basic land card and put it into your hand for free. You can go into the Forge, put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature. You could go to Arena and you could goad a creature, or you could go to Trap and target player loses 5 life. Archives, draw a card, and then Throne of the Dead Tree. This is the one that I played against the most. You reveal the top 10 cards of your deck, put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, and it gains hexproof until your next turn.
Okay, that's why.
That
is
what makes the initiative busted.
Yeah, I heard the initiative got banned from a lot of formats.
I don't doubt it, especially with how fast. But if you say, which creature was that? White Plume Adventurer. You take the initiative. If you're venturing through the dungeon, how many ventures is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 ventures until you complete that, and then you get to drop in a fresh creature.
Interesting. Yeah, you need to not be in a dungeon currently and then play. But like that doesn't seem that hard. You can just hold it in hand until you've completed your Lost Mines of Phandelver, and then you just drop that venture in and then just go off.
And with all the flickering and trigger doublers, I don't see that being an issue. I think you could get through that pretty fast.
All the flickering seems like it's going to be very fun to just bounce Nadaar.
Oh yeah, bounce Nadaar, bounce the other ones, because even with your Welcoming Vampire and Takazia's Welcome, then you're drawing cards. You can flicker Meteor Golem, Loyal Warhound, and Lauren,
Yeah, flickering Solemn Simulacrum or Core Cartographer as well, flickering Sun Titan.
Right? Did I never added Solemn.
Oh, cut Sylvia Brightspear. We don't need it.
Oops.
Well, maybe caught it. Cut Sylvia Brightsphere.
Am I blind?
Down a bit. SY.
Oh, SY. Yes. Okay. Wow.
Simulacrum. That's funny.
I know.
Cut it from the video.
Redo.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Take backsies.
Oh my
that
God,
didn't happen.
So funny.
That is. But yeah. So I think we got the general vibe here. Well, not even the general vibe. We got this done. It's pretty much you want to be flickering Nadaar, you want to be flickering just a bunch of stuff and getting those attack triggers. And Adeline especially, you don't even have to attack with her. You can just attack, period.
Yeah.
And that can also be doubled with Strionic Resonator.
Adeline is wild. That card is ridiculous.
For each
I remember seeing
opponent,
it in Standard. It was so stupid.
For each opponent. So that's 3 humans you're getting with her. And if you double that with Strionic Resonator, that's 6. That's 6 tokens. Do we... Hold on. Before we wrap this up, do we want to consider token doublers at all?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like we're running some token makers here and there, but if we
It's not
pull
the
a
main
token
thing.
doubler and none of the token makers, or two of the token doublers and none of the token makers, we're feeling kind of dumb.
Oh yeah, we don't. Yeah, actually looking at it, we're not, because we're running Oketra's
There's
Monument.
a handful.
There's Oketra's Monument, there's Blade of Selves, there's Adeline.
I'm thinking more Blade of Selves putting on our commander. The tokens will die, but we get to venture 2 more times.
Not more than that. If it's Myriad, and you're
No,
facing
because-
3 people
No, it'll only make 2 token copies.
for each opponent other than defending player. True, but
So you
again,
only make 2 copies.
can you
But-
copy Blade of Selves with Shrionic Resonator?
Myriad is a triggered ability. I think so. Whenever, yeah, it's triggered ability. Yeah.
It's a key.
And
Yeah,
Myriad stacks. So if you put Sword Blade of Selves on someone while you have the Legion's loyalty out, that's 2 instances of Myriad stacks.
Oh, that's broken. And you could copy each of them individually if you
You
can
have to
manage
tap
to.
Shrionic Resonator,
I know.
unfortunately.
If you can manage to, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of dirty things that could be done with a deck like this.
I really like Sword of Hearth and Home, though, here.
Oh yeah,
Ramp and Flicker, that's so good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't believe it's only $12. It's one of the better swords, in my opinion. Protection from white and green, 2 of the most prominent removal colors as well. Like,
right. Yeah, I'm happy with this list. If you are,
yeah, no, that's a great list. And the 1 Planeswalker, but giving our commander indestructible seems very relevant.
especially for 3 mana.
Yeah, and the +1 for attacks and stuff for like Coven or whatever. That seems very relevant.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I think yeah, I think that definitely I think we definitely got the gist for this. I guess well, and yeah, and 2, I keep forgetting that Nadaar buffs your other creatures once you've completed a dungeon. Unfortunately, it doesn't stack with the dungeons, but that is that's a static effect that doesn't go away if you flicker Nadaar. That just exists as long as you've completed a dungeon. Like, he obviously has to be on the field for that to be a thing, but right?
Yeah, you only have to complete a dungeon once, and then like you completing a dungeon's almost like an emblem or something.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So I think, yeah, I think since we're happy with that, I think I'll post the Moxfield deck list to this in the description as well as all the other things that we're gonna want to be linking and shouting out. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to say before I chop this off.
No, just check out my YouTube channel. I'm building every commander in order, starting out with the first ever set legends and working onward. It's been a ton of fun. Been a lot of really bad cards, but it's been a lot of fun.
It's honestly been like one of my favorite things to watch, because just figuring out what kind of off-kilter strategy you can even manage with stuff like that it takes some creativity, so I got respect for that.
a lot of tribal stuff that shouldn't happen because the commander is bad, and a lot of like commander just has a lot of power, so I guess we're going Voltron because it doesn't have any abilities. Some of the older cards are actually pretty good though, like
They are,
Dakon being Esper Lands Matter is very interesting. Also cards like Hazazon Tamar making a bunch of sand warriors and finding ways to break that, so yeah, very cool.
And the fact that most of these commanders cost an unreal amount of mana.
Oh, they cost so much mana and so much money. Just even if they're bad, they're old. So people like even if it's a vanilla creature, it's like, nah, it's $40 because there's like 3 copies of it in circulation that aren't chewed up by dogs.
Oh man. Okay, well, cool. I think since we're happy with this, yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. And without further ado, I bid you all farewell.
Peace.